Hey there. If you're over 60 and have ever thought, my knees just don't feel what they used to, you are not alone. Believe me, I've been there and I know how frustrating it can be to feel limited, even when all you want to do is live your life comfortably and confidently. But here's the thing, stronger knees aren't a distant dream, and you don't need to run marathons, lift heavy weights, or push yourself to the point of discomfort. You just need a little consistency, the right approach, and yes, even a chair can become your best workout partner. Today, I'm going to show you 5 easy chair exercises designed specifically to strengthen your knees, improve stability, and help you feel more in control of your movement. And don't worry, these exercises are gentle, safe, and doable from the comfort of your own home. By the end of this video, you'll have a set of exercises that you can do every day, and I promise your knees will thank you for it.
Strong knees might feel like a distant dream when we get older, especially if you've experienced stiffness, discomfort, or the occasional twinge when you stand up or climb stairs. Many people think that knee strength is something that diminishes inevitably with age, and while it's true that aging brings certain changes, it's also true that your knees can become stronger at any stage of life. You don't have to run marathons or lift heavy weights to achieve it, and that's a really important point to understand. Strengthening your knees is more about consistent, targeted movement rather than high impact exercise. What we often overlook is the fact that the muscles surrounding the knees, your quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves, play a huge role in stabilizing the joint, absorbing shocks, and allowing you to move with confidence. When these muscles are weak, the knees naturally feel less stable, and even simple movements like standing up from a chair or walking upstairs can feel uncomfortable. But when you focus on these muscles, even with gentle exercises done while seated, you're giving your knees the support they need to function better, move more easily, and experience less pain. You might wonder, can chair exercises really make a difference? And the answer is a resounding yes. Chair exercises are often underestimated, but they are incredibly powerful, especially for those over 60. The chair provides stability and safety, allowing you to perform movements that target key muscles without the risk of falling or overloading your joints. Think about it. Every time you lift your leg, bend your knee, or push against the resistance of your own body weight while seated, you are actively engaging the muscles that stabilize your knee. You're also improving blood circulation around the joint, which nourishes cartilage and keeps the knee lubricated and healthy. The beauty of this approach is that it's accessible. You don't need fancy gym equipment, you don't need a personal trainer, and you certainly don't need to push yourself into pain. Small, intentional movements performed consistently are far more effective than occasional bursts of high-intensity activity that could stress your joints. It's also important to realize that stronger knees translate into a better quality of life. Think about how many daily activities involve your knees. Standing up from a chair, walking, climbing stairs, bending down to pick something up, or even just shifting positions while sitting. If your knees are weak, these actions can become painful, frustrating, and even intimidating over time. But when you dedicate a few minutes each day to strengthening exercises, the change can be remarkable. Movements that once felt difficult start to feel easier, your confidence grows, and you're more likely to stay active and independent. This is not just about aesthetics or fitness, it's about reclaiming comfort, mobility, and the freedom to do the things you love without worrying about your knees giving out. Another crucial point is that strengthening your knees helps prevent future injuries. Weak knees are more prone to strains, falls, and other injuries because the muscles surrounding the joint aren't providing adequate support. By building strength, you're creating a protective barrier that reduces the impact on your knees during everyday activities. Over time, this can even reduce existing discomfort and stiffness. Many people over 60 assume that knee pain is inevitable and just something to accept, but that's not the case. Your knees respond to movement, and the right exercises can rebuild resilience and stability. Consistency is key here, and starting with chair exercises is a smart, manageable way to incorporate this habit into your routine. You don't have to dedicate hours at a gym or do complicated workouts. Even a few minutes a day can make a significant difference when done regularly and with focus. It's also worth mentioning the mental benefit of taking control of your knee health.
When you start to see improvements, it creates a sense of empowerment. Instead of feeling limited by age or physical changes, you feel proactive, capable, and in charge of your body. This confidence often spills over into other areas of life, encouraging more movement, better posture, and a willingness to try other forms of exercise. Strengthening your knees through simple chair exercises is really about building a foundation, both physically and mentally, that allows you to maintain independence and enjoy daily life with less pain and more freedom. Finally, let's talk about the misconception that you have to be fit or young to improve knee strength. The reality is that knee strengthening exercises can be adapted to any fitness level, and that includes individuals over 60 who may have never exercised before or who are just returning to movement after a long break. Chair exercises make it possible to start exactly where you are, progress at your own pace, and feel results without any risk of overexertion. This is truly the power of deliberate, safe, and consistent exercise. It doesn't matter how old you are or how stiff your knees feel right now. What matters is taking that first step towards stronger, healthier knees today.
When it comes to knee health, many people over 60 worry that they have to jump into high-impact exercise or complicated routines to see any improvement. But the truth is that safe, gentle, and effective movement can make a huge difference, and chair exercises are a perfect example of this. The beauty of chair exercises is that they provide a stable base while still allowing you to engage the key muscles around your knees. By working these muscles, you're not just strengthening the knees themselves, you're also improving balance, stability, and overall joint function, which is essential as we age. A lot of knee discomfort comes from weak muscles that aren't supporting the joint properly, and by giving those muscles the attention they need, you can actually reduce pain and improve mobility in a way that feels manageable and approachable. One of the things I love about chair exercises is that they are highly adaptable. Whether you have mild knee stiffness, arthritis, or you're just looking to stay proactive, you can modify each movement to match your comfort level. You might start with very small ranges of motion, lifting your legs just a few inches or bending your knees gently, and as your strength grows, you can gradually increase the intensity. This approach allows your knees to build resilience without being overloaded, which is crucial because too much strain too soon can lead to setbacks. Gentle, consistent movement helps lubricate the joints, increases blood flow to the muscles, and encourages the connective tissues around the knees to become more flexible and supportive. Over time, these small movements compound into real strength and stability, and that's when you start noticing improvements in everyday activities like standing up, walking, or climbing stairs. Another key advantage of chair exercises is the safety factor. As we age, the risk of falls becomes more of a concern, and trying to do standing exercises or high-impact routines can feel intimidating. Using a chair provides a sense of security because you have support right there. You can hold on to the arms of the chair, maintain balance, and move at a pace that feels comfortable, knowing that even if your knee feels a little weak, you're supported. This not only reduces the risk of injury, but also builds confidence. When you feel secure doing an exercise, you're more likely to stick with it consistently, which is exactly what leads to long-term improvements. Consistency is more important than intensity when it comes to maintaining and improving knee strength over time. It's also worth highlighting how chair exercises target specific muscle groups that are critical for knee support. The quadriceps in the front of your thighs help with extending the knee, which is essential for walking, standing, and climbing stairs. The hamstrings at the back of your thighs assist in bending the knee and stabilizing movement. The calves and even the muscles around your hips contribute to overall knee stability by controlling alignment and absorbing impact. When you engage all of these muscles through a series of chair exercises, you're effectively creating a cushion of strength around the knee joint. This reduces stress on the joint itself and makes movement smoother and more comfortable. People often notice that once these muscles are strengthened, they feel more confident taking walks, going upstairs, or even standing for longer periods without discomfort. Beyond the physical benefits, chair exercises offer mental and emotional advantages as well. Taking the time to focus on your body and prioritize knee health can instill a sense of empowerment. Many people over 60 feel frustrated by limitations or discomfort, and chair exercises give you a tangible way to take control. Each time you complete a session, you're sending a message to yourself that your knees are worth caring for, and that you are capable of making positive changes. This sense of agency can motivate you to stay consistent, try other gentle forms of movement, and feel more confident in your daily activities.
It's amazing how much impact a simple, safe exercise routine can have on overall well-being when it's done regularly. Flexibility is another often overlooked benefit of chair exercises. While strength is critical, maintaining or improving flexibility around the knees ensures that the joint can move freely and reduces the likelihood of stiffness or injury. Chair exercises can include gentle stretches, controlled leg lifts, and slow bending motions that lengthen muscles and improve joint mobility. These movements can help counteract the natural tightening of muscles and connective tissues that happens with age. And when combined with strengthening exercises, they create a well-rounded routine that supports both stability and fluid movement. Over time, these small movements compound into real strength and stability, and that's when you start noticing improvements in everyday activities like standing up, bending down, or even walking long distances. One of the most encouraging aspects of chair exercises is that they are accessible to nearly everyone. You don't need to be an athlete, you don't need expensive equipment, or you don't need a gym membership. All you need is a sturdy chair and a willingness to move intentionally for a few minutes each day. Even starting with just 5 to 10 minutes can be transformative. The key is to focus on form, move deliberately, and listen to your body, increasing intensity gradually as your knees gain strength and resilience. Over time, the benefits become evident in not only how your knees feel, but in how much more confident and capable you feel in your everyday life.
One of the most important things to understand about knee health as we age is that movement is the key to maintaining strength and flexibility, and it's never too late to start. Many people assume that after a certain age, their knees are just destined to weaken, or that stiffness and discomfort are unavoidable. But the reality is that the muscles surrounding your knees, your quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, and even the muscles in your hips respond to consistent, targeted movement no matter how old you are. These muscles play a critical role in supporting the joint, absorbing impact, and keeping your knees stable. And when they're weak or underused, the knees naturally feel less secure. The good news is that even gentle exercises, done regularly and with attention, can rebuild that strength, improve joint function, and help reduce discomfort. Strengthening your knees isn't about pushing yourself into pain or attempting movements that feel unsafe. It's about controlled, deliberate exercises that encourage your muscles and joints to adapt and become stronger over time. As we age, muscle loss is a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to dictate your mobility or quality of life. When the muscles around the knees are neglected, it can lead to stiffness, instability, and a higher risk of injury. Even small amounts of regular exercise can slow down this decline and, in many cases, reverse some of the weakness that has developed over the years. Chair exercises are particularly effective because they allow you to safely target these muscles without putting unnecessary strain on the knees themselves. By performing movements such as leg lifts, seated marches, or gentle knee extensions, you're engaging multiple muscle groups that work together to stabilize and protect the joint. Over time, these exercises improve the strength and endurance of the muscles, making everyday activities like standing up, walking, or climbing stairs much easier and less painful. It's also important to recognize that improving muscle strength around the knees contributes directly to joint health. Strong muscles act like shock absorbers, reducing the impact on the cartilage and connective tissues in the knee. This can be especially beneficial for anyone dealing with mild arthritis or occasional knee discomfort. While exercise won't magically reverse structural changes in the joint, it does improve the overall function and support system of the knee, which can significantly reduce discomfort and improve your ability to move freely. The combination of strengthened muscles and improved circulation around the joint also promotes flexibility and range of motion, which helps prevent stiffness from setting in and encourages fluid, comfortable movement throughout the day. Another crucial aspect of building knee strength is understanding the role of consistency. One-off workouts or sporadic movement won't produce lasting benefits. The muscles around your knees need regular stimulation to grow stronger and maintain flexibility. That's why simple, gentle exercises done daily or several times a week can be so powerful. Even a short 5 to 10 minute session performed consistently can produce noticeable improvements in strength and mobility over time. The key is to move deliberately, focus on the muscles you're engaging, and avoid rushing through the exercises. The body responds to attention and effort, not to intensity alone, which is why slow, controlled movements are far more effective than fast or high-impact exercises, especially for those of us over 60. Balance and stability are additional benefits that come from strengthening the muscles around the knees. Stronger muscles provide better support for the joint, which reduces wobbling, misalignment, and the risk of falls. This is incredibly important because falls can have serious consequences as we age, and even a minor fall can lead to prolonged discomfort or injury. By incorporating targeted knee strengthening exercises into your routine, you're creating a safety net of muscle support around the joint, making it easier to navigate daily movements with confidence. This increased stability often carries over into other activities as well, such as walking on uneven surfaces, bending, or even standing for longer periods, which can all feel easier and more controlled when the surrounding muscles are strong and responsive. Flexibility and mobility are equally important as strength when it comes to healthy knees. Chair exercises can include gentle stretches, controlled bending and extending of the knee, and slow, deliberate leg lifts that improve both strength and range of motion. When muscles are both strong and flexible, they allow the knee to move more naturally, absorb impact more effectively, and reduce the likelihood of strain or discomfort. Over time, this combination of strength and flexibility makes everyday life feel easier. You might notice that standing from a chair feels smoother, walking longer distances feels less tiring, and climbing stairs becomes more comfortable. It's amazing how much difference a few minutes of daily movement can make when it's done correctly and consistently. Mental benefits should not be overlooked either. Engaging in a regular knee strengthening routine fosters a sense of control and empowerment. Many people over 60 feel frustrated or limited by joint discomfort, and taking proactive steps to strengthen your knees is a tangible way to improve your body and your confidence. Each session reinforces that your body is capable of adapting, improving, and becoming stronger, even if it hasn't been exercised regularly in the past. This feeling of accomplishment encourages continued movement, builds motivation, and reinforces the habit of caring for your body, which in turn supports overall health and well-being. Finally, it's essential to remember that starting small is perfectly fine. You don't need to push yourself to extremes or attempt advanced exercises. Gentle, safe, and consistent movements targeting the muscles around the knees are the foundation for long-term strength and stability. By incorporating chair exercises into your routine, you're not only supporting your knees, but also creating a sustainable habit that will benefit your mobility, independence, and confidence for years to come.
One of the most important aspects of maintaining knee health as we age is understanding how supporting the muscles around the knee can reduce stiffness, discomfort, and even the risk of injury. Many people think that once knee pain or weakness sets in, it's just something to live with. But the truth is that targeted exercises can create a protective framework around the joint. Your knees are not isolated structures. They rely heavily on the strength, coordination, and balance of the muscles that surround them. When the quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, and even the hip muscles are strong, they act like a cushion for the knee, absorbing impact and helping the joint move smoothly. On the other hand, when these muscles are weak or underutilized, the knee itself bears more of the load, which can lead to discomfort, instability, or even injuries over time. This is why incorporating exercises that specifically engage these muscle groups is so essential, especially for people over 60. The muscles around the knees are your first line of defense against strain. The quadriceps, located in the front of your thighs, help extend the knee and stabilize it during movements like standing, walking, and climbing stairs. The hamstrings in the back of your thighs support bending and control movement, while the calves help absorb shock and contribute to overall leg stability. Even the muscles in your hips play a critical role in keeping your knees aligned properly, preventing misalignment that can lead to pain or discomfort.
By strengthening all of these areas, you create a support system that allows the knees to function optimally. Chair exercises are particularly effective for this because they allow you to target these muscles without putting undue stress on the joint itself. Whether it's gentle leg lifts, knee extensions, or seated marches, each movement actively engages the muscles that stabilize and protect the knee. Another major benefit of strengthening these surrounding muscles is that it can dramatically reduce stiffness. Many people over 60 notice that their knees feel tight, especially after sitting for a long period, and this stiffness can make movement uncomfortable and even intimidating. By consistently working the muscles around the knee, you improve circulation and promote flexibility, which helps the joint stay lubricated and functional. The simple act of moving your legs while seated, extending and bending your knees in a controlled manner, can reduce tension in the joint and surrounding tissues. Over time, this increased mobility translates into easier movement throughout the day, whether it's getting out of a chair, walking down the hallway, or climbing stairs at home. Stiffness becomes less of a barrier, and your confidence in your ability to move safely and comfortably grows. In addition to reducing stiffness, strong supporting muscles help prevent injuries. Weak muscles around the knee can make the joint more vulnerable to strains, sprains, or falls. Even everyday movements like stepping off a curb or shifting your weight from one leg to the other can put stress on the knee if the surrounding muscles are not providing adequate support. When you strengthen these muscles, you create a natural protective mechanism that absorbs impact and stabilizes the joint. This is particularly important for older adults, as falls and knee injuries can lead to extended recovery periods or reduced independence. By making your muscles stronger and more responsive, you're essentially giving your knees a safety net that reduces the likelihood of injury and makes daily life safer and more manageable. Chair exercises also offer the advantage of being highly adaptable, which is crucial for those over 60 who may have varying levels of strength, flexibility, or knee discomfort. You can start with small movements and gradually increase intensity as your muscles gain strength. The chair provides support and stability, allowing you to perform exercises safely without the fear of falling or overextending the joint. This adaptability means you can tailor each exercise to your own comfort level, making it more likely that you will stick with the routine consistently. Consistency is key when it comes to supporting the muscles around your knees. It's not about pushing yourself to extremes. It's about regular, deliberate practice that strengthens the muscles over time and creates lasting improvements in stability and mobility. Another important aspect to consider is how strengthening the muscles around your knees contributes to overall confidence in movement. Weak or stiff knees can make even simple tasks feel challenging or intimidating, leading to hesitation or fear of pain. By building strength in the supporting muscles, you gradually regain control over your movements, which in turn reduces anxiety and increases confidence. You begin to trust that your knees can handle everyday activities, from walking around the house to carrying groceries or bending down to pick something up. This psychological benefit is often just as significant as the physical improvements because it encourages continued activity and helps you maintain independence. It's also worth noting that strong surrounding muscles can improve posture and alignment, which further protects the knees. When your legs and hips are strong, your body distributes weight more evenly, reducing undue stress on the knee joint. Proper alignment helps prevent compensatory movements that can cause pain in other areas like the hips, lower back, or ankles. By targeting the muscles around your knees through chair exercises, you're not only supporting the joint itself, but also promoting healthier movement patterns throughout your entire body. Finally, the long-term benefit of supporting your knees through strengthening exercises is the enhanced ability to stay active and independent. When your muscles are strong, your joints are stable, and your knees feel supported, you can continue to engage in activities you enjoy, maintain a higher level of mobility, and experience less pain and discomfort. Simple exercises performed consistently create a ripple effect, improving overall strength, flexibility, and confidence, and helping you move through life with more ease, comfort, and freedom.
Consistency and deliberate, safe exercises are absolutely the cornerstone of improving mobility,
confidence, and overall quality of life, especially when it comes to strengthening knees after 60. Many people underestimate just how powerful a few minutes of regular, focused movement can be. It's easy to think that, unless you're doing hours at the gym or intense workouts, nothing will change. But that's simply not true. The muscles around your knees respond to consistent use, even if the movements are gentle and performed while seated. Each repetition of a leg lift, knee extension, or seated march contributes to building strength and stability, and over time, those small efforts accumulate into noticeable improvements. The key is showing up every day or several times a week and performing the exercises with intention. The benefits aren't instant, but they are steady, reliable, and long-lasting if you stay committed. When you approach your knee strengthening exercises with consistency, you're teaching your body a pattern of movement that reinforces stability and coordination. The nervous system learns how to recruit the muscles efficiently to support the knee, which is why practicing the same movements repeatedly matters so much. It's not just about building muscle, it's about building a functional connection between your brain and your body so that everyday movements become smoother and safer. You may notice that simple actions like rising from a chair, climbing stairs, or taking a short walk feel easier after just a few weeks of consistent practice. The sense of control that comes from knowing your knees are supported can be incredibly empowering. When you feel strong and stable, you're more likely to remain active, which reinforces the positive cycle of strength, flexibility, and confidence. Another important aspect of consistency is its impact on reducing discomfort. Many people experience mild knee pain or stiffness, and it's natural to want to avoid movements that cause even slight discomfort. However, gentle, consistent exercises help to keep the joint mobile, improve circulation, and strengthen the surrounding muscles so that pain is less likely to occur. Over time, the knee becomes more resilient, and everyday movements that once felt challenging become more comfortable. Consistency also helps prevent setbacks. Skipping days or going long periods without activity can allow muscles to weaken, stiffness to return, and confidence to waver. By sticking to a routine, even a short one, you maintain momentum and continuously reinforce the strength and stability you've built. Deliberate movement is equally important. It's not enough to simply go through the motions. Each exercise should be performed with attention to form, control, and muscle engagement. When you move deliberately, you ensure that the right muscles are being activated and that your knees are supported throughout the movement. This reduces the risk of strain or injury and maximizes the benefits of each repetition. Chair exercises are perfect for this because they provide a stable base, allowing you to focus on precise movements without worrying about balance or falls. By moving slowly and with awareness, you're teaching your muscles and joints how to function correctly, which translates into safer, more efficient movement in your daily life. Consistency and deliberate practice also have psychological benefits. When you commit to a routine, you build confidence not just in your knees, but in your ability to care for your own body. Many people over 60 feel frustrated by limitations or previous injuries, and taking proactive steps to strengthen your knees helps you reclaim a sense of control. You begin to trust your body again, knowing that your muscles can support your joints, your knees are less prone to discomfort, and you can engage in daily activities with less fear of pain or instability. This mental boost often encourages further activity, leading to a more active and fulfilling lifestyle overall. Another key point is that consistent, safe exercises help maintain independence. Strong, stable knees allow you to move confidently, perform daily tasks more easily, and continue participating in activities you enjoy. This can include walking, gardening, playing with grandchildren, or even simple errands. When your knees feel supported, you're less likely to avoid movement, which in turn supports cardiovascular health, overall strength, and joint function. The exercises you do in your chair aren't just isolated movements. They have ripple effects throughout your body, improving posture, balance, and endurance, all of which contribute to a higher quality of life. Consistency also makes it easier to track progress and stay motivated. When you practice the same exercises regularly, you can notice subtle improvements like lifting your leg a little higher, bending your knee a little more comfortably, or standing with greater ease. These small victories are incredibly motivating because they show that your efforts are producing results. Over time, this positive reinforcement encourages you to continue, which ensures that the benefits of your exercises are long-term rather than temporary. It's important to remember that the goal is progress, not perfection. Safe, deliberate exercises performed consistently create a sustainable routine that can be maintained for years. You don't need to push yourself into pain, rush through movements, or attempt advanced exercises beyond your current capability. The focus is on building a strong foundation around your knees so that you can maintain mobility, independence, and confidence as you age. By integrating these exercises into your daily life, you are investing in your future movement, your comfort, and your ability to stay active and engaged in the activities you love. Finally, consistency and deliberate practice reinforce a holistic approach to knee health. Strengthening the muscles, maintaining flexibility, improving stability, and fostering confidence all work together to support your knees and your overall well-being. Even a few minutes a day of mindful chair exercises creates a foundation for healthier movement, greater comfort, and more freedom in your daily life. Over time, the cumulative effect of consistent, intentional practice becomes profound, allowing you to feel stronger, more stable, and more confident in your ability to move safely and comfortably.